You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Sabre Zone.
Hi again, folks. Welcome to the Sabre Zone. This is the video on the channel that discusses what you had to say. And I found a clip after another clip I just worked on. And let's see that clip. And shout out goes to Chad Cousins. He goes, no player is untouchable. If Gretzky could be traded, there damn sure isn't anyone on this roster who's untouchable if the right deal came along. Totally agreed. Like you're telling me, if they offered McDavid for literally anyone on this team, they wouldn't take that deal. Sure, there's players you aren't looking to move, and they'd take an absolute huge return to get you to love them, but there's absolutely no such thing as an untouchable player. Yep, totally agreed, Chad. There is no such thing as an untouchable player. And I think Philip in the last video, I think he just meant which players I don't want to trade to his defense. People just, I guess, use that term a little loosely. And I'm one that I go into forums and lounges and I say the same exact thing you did right there. There's no such thing. Holy God, guys, I don't know if I'm going to make 3 videos. I'm going to try. But if we were to get McDavid, okay, let's just throw it out there for fun. It's not going to happen. But if, what would we be willing to give up? Would we be willing to give up 6 of those 9 guys that I circled? Probably not, you know. It would be insane to do it. Because then the whole rebuild is like, oh my God, you know, we got to go through another 3 years if they like it. It'd be crazy. And by then, McDavid's getting older. So it would have to be a situation where draft picks, a lot of draft picks would have to come into play most likely for a deal like that, and be McDavid's leaving, and, you know. Wouldn't that be ironic if he wound up a Sabre eventually, eh? That'd be something. But let's say if the Sabres have any kind of situation where we can better the team to win the Stanley Cup, of course everybody's tradable. Everybody. Now, it might be a trade that a lot of us don't like. It might be some that say, oh, this is awesome, and other people are, you know how it is. Chad, you know I'm right saying this. People are going to be pissed. People are going to be thrilled. It's just how fans are, right? But if we were logical about it with no emotion, we'd have to break it down and say, was this smart or not? Which we probably do, right? I'd probably do it on the channel. If we hit a big trade this year, we're going to have to break it down, look at it, say, was this a good idea? Even if it's Olofsson, we have to break it down after and say, what did we get back? You know, did we take back a pylon? Something like that. And if the Sabres pulled off a big deal and we traded, let's say, Alex Tuch, how would most of you feel? Probably pissed, right? Most of you would probably be pissed. Give me a sec, guys. Let me use one of my dirty shirts to wipe my face because, guys, I'm still sweating out toxins. It just doesn't end this damn cold. And if they, let's say they went and traded Tuch, let's say Dahlin. We trade Dahlin. Let's go Dahlin. Let's go the route of Dahlin before the contract extension. Let's say contract talks go really bad. They go south. Okay, and Dahlin wants, I don't know, $12 million bucks. Do we move him? For those of you that think he deserves that kind of money, what message would that be telling the rest of the kids on this team in the future? What message would that be telling them? Especially if we signed him. We can't. We have to move him. We just can't do that. And if Adams would give in, for me, that would be the beginning of the end for Adams eventually. Maybe not right away, but it would be the first big step backwards I've seen him take as a GM. Really big step backwards. If he was to give in to Dahlin's monetary demands, and Dahlin says, I'm not signing for a penny under 11.5 with you guys, and we actually signed him. That would be a huge mistake. I don't care what he's going to bring in the future. What if he doesn't? You know, the potential's there, yes. But let's not forget, guys, you know, how fast did he start this year? And how did he close? He didn't exactly close on a hot streak this year. He didn't really score much after the first 6 games of the year, right? He didn't. Not a lot. So, no. I would say he had a great year, a career year. He's capable of better, yes. But if this guy really believes in himself, he's more about winning than it is just all about money. And if you got a guy that's all about money, my worry is you don't got a winner. Like, right now, if you'd ask me if Colorado's going to win another Stanley Cup at McKinnon, I would say no right away. Right away. I thought they could this year. I thought this was the last chance maybe, because the McKinnon money kicks in, and oh boy, watch the contract issues over there now. Look, watch, you guys want to have a good laugh, go check Tampa Bay in the offseason. Go look at their mess of a cap situation. What happens, the guys produce and then they get paid. We got to have, if possible, in this generation, if it's possible, this greedy era of hockey, we got to have the one team in the NHL that it's about friendship, family, and it's about environment before it's only about money. And it has to come, it just has to happen. If we're going to win a Stanley Cup, we can't have 3-4 guys making 10 million bucks. It's not, there's no future. Once you do that, there's no future. And yeah, I'm going to pick on Toronto and say, go look at Toronto. Go look at the mess over there right now, guys. Think about it. Toronto stuck with that core four. Dubas stuck with that core four. Determined to win a Stanley Cup with them. He got one playoff round in 6 years, right? In the last 6 years they've been together. One playoff round. And that's it. And meanwhile, they're paying $40 million a year for these 4 guys to get what? Nowhere. Now the GM, I think, bluffed them. I think that's what happened in Toronto. He kind of bluffed them. But anyway, I might do another video on it later. We'll talk about that after. But Chad brings up a good point. Is anybody untouchable in this entire NHL? Connor McDavid's not untouchable, folks. He's not. I mean, this is who Chad brings up in his comment. He brings up Connor McDavid, the best guy on earth, right now. He said, if Connor McDavid became available, right? I think that's what you said in those words. I don't know, man. I'm half in the bag, guys. If Gretzky could be traded, then damn sure there isn't anyone on this roster. Yeah, of course. If the right deal came along. If they offer McDavid for literally anyone on this team. Yeah, of course. Of course we'd trade to get him. But how much will we trade? How much will we give away? That's the thing. Is it possible McDavid could be on a table and we say no? Yes, absolutely there is. If they're trying to get 4 first-rounders, 3 of our like 8, 9 pieces out of us, yeah, of course you got to say no. You're not going to trade the farm. No, he's not 20 anymore. No. You can't do that now. Because age comes into it. You got to look at it and say, what are we going to have? 5 good years. By the time we build the team again, what age will he be? What if he gets injured? All these things come into play. But anybody could be traded, because he brought up McDavid as an example. Could McDavid be traded from Edmonton eventually? Yes, he could. Absolutely. Oiler fans will say it'll never happen. Sure, it could happen. Absolutely. For you Oiler fans that say it can't happen, didn't you trade a guy named Gretzky? You traded Gretzky, traded Paul Coffey, you let Messier walk. I mean, come on, I can go on and on about the Oilers where they messed up. No. So anybody could be traded in the NHL. That's the point, guys, in this video. And I want to just counter what I did in the last video. I want to kind of counter it a bit and talk about, yeah, the potential of, can these guys actually be dealt? Absolutely. Anybody can be dealt. So is Dahlin untouchable? No, he's not untouchable. Especially in my books, if he gets greedy, we have to move him. And believe me, there'll be takers out there and there'll be a return. But we have to make that decision when we're there. We're not there. As far as we know, this summer, Dahlin's going to sign an extension we're all thrilled about, and life is good, and that's it. But what if he holds out all year and he's looking for like $11.5 million bucks? As a Sabres fan, I'm not good with that, guys. I'm just not good with that. Because we can take that $11.5 million and get 2 or 3 quality pieces on this team. No. There has to be logic that overrides greed eventually. It has to. Just my thoughts on it, guys. All right, see you in the next one, guys.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to ensure Dimension access.